Hey, what's up guys? This is T-Bone here. Welcome back to another episode of playing Gemstone Legends. In today's video, I'm going to talk about how you can take on the most difficult level Bastet raid boss, the yellow boss, and use a team that can be easily obtained and guarantee you a general chest. So I've shown quite a few different teams in the past before, but the problem with those videos is that they're either really hard to build or to mimic, or some people just don't really have the heroes to try out. The team I'm going to show you is going to be really simple, and I'm going to explain how it works, and afterwards, hopefully you can use it so that you can get your own general chest for the raid boss as well. Let's get into it. All right, full disclosure, this type of setup isn't unknown. It's actually not a secret, and there's actually a lot of people that have shared their versions of it in different channels, in Discord, etc. And Omega even had a video on his channel as well with a similar setup. So I will have a link to his video in the description below as well. But what I like to talk about is really, the way this works. And personally for me, I'm going to show a setup that's going to allow you to do auto fighting, but I like to always extract a little bit more damage if I can. And this is why I have a slot open here, because I wanted to call out that this is the slot that can give you some freedom in what you want to put in here. You can put in a hero here that gives a defense down to the boss. For example, you can put Mayra in here, or you could put a hero that gives increased critical damage so that Gorak can deal more damage. It's all about giving Gorak as an attack dealer the most benefit and the most advantage possible, and the rest of the team is there to help you survive the fight. And so for this particular purpose, we're going to go ahead and use an auto fight team, and that is going to be something I like to use, and that is going to be Bruxa. Now in terms of the orientation or the order, this actually will matter, because Bruxa is always going to activate and give mana to the person on the left. And that is going to be the one that you want to give mana to, and that is going to be Sip. All right. And I'm also going to change the leader here just so I can give Bruxa a little bit extra speed. Now in this particular setup, it doesn't really matter if you don't end up going first. If the boss ends up going first before you, that's okay. And I'm just going to set on auto, and I'm going to talk about this. So here are the different rules. First, we have Stanko, who's going to give, at level 1 skills, 50% mana to to all allies when he dies. And then Bruxa is going to be giving mana to the to allies as well. And then we have Noctis. When he dies, immediately he's going to grant immunity, invincible actually, to all allies. And if you max out his passive ability, it can last 3 turns. And so what this allows you to do now is you can actually end up dying. And let's say the boss has 2 turns. He's going for 2 turns, and you don't have Sip's ability to revive everyone just yet. Well, because of the invulnerability, they're all going to stay alive thanks to that. So you can see here, the boss is going twice. As soon as he attacks Noctis, everyone's going to survive. And this way, Gorak, even though he gets attacked without Sip reviving everyone, he can still survive the hits. And so this is how you can keep this going. It's not a loop because the turns are ending, but you can see that Gorak is able to continuously get attack up and deal damage there. In this particular case, having the red dragon in here is just so that we can add a little bit more damage to the boss as well, so that every turn he's taking a little bit of damage also, just to add to your overall damage. You could also choose to put in a blue dragon so that you can slow down the dragon a little bit so you can get more turns. So the whole idea behind this particular setup is that we have a lot of rare heroes that exhibit properties that give a lot of benefit to allies, whether it's just mana on death, or invincible on death, or giving mana to others. There are a lot of them that can be very helpful. And so a lot of people I know get very frustrated with these raid bosses, especially Bastet, when it comes to higher level, and they feel like they can't contribute. This is a setup that will allow you to deal enough damage that over 3 keys, you should be able to get something like a general chest, right? And so you may not have the same kind of relics or same kind of artifacts that I do for Gorak, so you're not going to be expecting to get the same kind of damage that you see my individual hit from Gorak is dealing. But the goal here is for you to be able to use all your keys, your boss keys, and then you can still participate and still get those general chests. And so this is again, the flow here is Sip is one that's going to revive everyone. Stankel is going to be able to give mana to everyone when he dies, and then when Noctis gets hit, then he's going to give invulnerability or invincibility. So I'm going to explain one last thing here, and that is, even though I have two purple heroes here, because Stankel is only a level 1 3 stars, he will always get targeted first because he has the least amount of defense and health, and because he is purple against a yellow boss. Now, when Noctis and both Noctis and Gorak are at 1 health, the difference here is Gorak still has higher defense overall than Noctis, who is still at just level 1 without any gears or anything to boost his defense. And so that's why Stankel and Noctis are always going to be targeted in that order before Gorak gets targeted, whereas Sip and Bruxa in this case will never get damaged. And so Bruxa's there to ensure that Sip is going to have that mana to be able to revive when he needs to, because at some point he does need to make sure that he revives, he does need to revive Stankel and Noctis before the end of the turn, before the invincibility stats run out. And so having Bruxa there is a nice little insurance. You could also run a second Stankel instead of Bruxa if you wanted to. That is one of the alternatives I had come up with as well. There are a lot of different options. Like I said, the slot where Bruxa is in, this is where you could put a different hero in there and you can practice your manual fights so that you could manually do better gem matching and figure out the board without worrying about losing the battle. And you can use this opportunity to really practice against the boss and understand where you can deal more damage and how you can improve your overall score. So this is going to be the setup here, and at some point when the dragon reaches a certain amount of rage, you'll notice that he is going to actually get rid of all the positive stats. So you're going to notice that he is going to do an attack, and then he is going to remove somebody's positive stats, I think after 500 rage. Let's take a look here. So he's going to do an attack, and after the attack takes place, then he is going to remove the positive stats there, so you can see what happened there. Now, after Noctis gets 1 million damage, Noctis does give the invincibility, but Gorak, Gorak's invincibility does get removed here. But we're able to last an additional turn, get one more hit in here, and with that, we're going to end up with 767,000 damage total. Okay, and that is going to be the end result that we're going to have. And I think I just saw the highest amount of damage I saw against my ally, which is 1.9 million. So that's pretty good. And so that is going to be it for this result, and 58 turns total. For 59 turns total, actually, for this, and we record the result as 767,000 damage for this boss. And so this is going to be it for this video. Hopefully this helps you understand how this team works exactly. And like I said, there are other variations there. In fact, there might be even other ones that you could net better damage while autoing. Feel free to comment below, share your thoughts, share your teams. And for those of you who are just starting out, this is a perfect setup for you to get started so that you can get your general chest. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody. Take care, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye now.